You're late.
Sorry, Frank. There was an accident.
Then leave yourself enough time to allow for accidents. What do you think Mr. Forsythe would say if he came looking for me at 8 o'clock and I wasn't here? Exactly. So watch it. Now, did you finish that Hanley file or not? Let's see it. One more thing, Mr. Long. I realize you've been here less than a year, but this is the second or third time I've had to make this request. Only two people in this world call me Frank. My ex-wife and the president of this company. It's Mr. Hastings to everyone else.
Look, if you don't have those cartridges here by 5 o'clock, I guarantee you will never do business with my company again. I don't want to hear your excuses. Just get me the goddamn merchandise here by the end of the day, you're gone. You got that? Good. Fucking moron.
Bad day?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, God damn. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you.
No, it's all right, Linda. It has been a pretty bad day. It's only 11 o'clock.
Well, at least it's Thursday. Any plans tonight?
I'm sure Frank has already made my plans for me.
You should go out for a night. Forget about this place.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't care how you do it, just get it done. Don't fuck it up.
How long have you been working for him again?
Too long. Going on 7 years.
I've only been working here 7 months, and I can barely take it. How do you put up with him?
Linda, coffee!
Good question.
How's it going, Frank?
Oh, keeping busy, sir.
I want to tell you, you did an excellent job on the Hanley file.
Thanks. Yeah, I put a lot of work into that.
Henry Sr. called me himself. Said this would result in some serious revenue for both companies.
I thought it might.
If you keep this up, you'll be eyeing my office next.
No one can take your place, Mr. Forsythe.
Now, Frank, look.
No, you look, Dwayne. You are the head of accounting, so this is your responsibility. This is the kind of thing that looks very bad on the year-end review. Maybe some more overtime for you and your people is in order. What do you say to that? Hold on, Dwayne. What is it, Long?
I need your signature on these orders.
I told you before, use the rubber stamp. All right, Dwayne.
Mr. Hastings,
God damn it, what?
most of the vendors prefer an original signature on the orders.
Jesus Christ. Do you work for me or do you work for the vendors? Now, I'm going to say this slowly so you get it. Use the fucking stamp.
I still need to talk with you about my bonus.
At this rate, I don't even know if I'm going to give you one. Now, get the hell out of my office. Dwayne, you there?
Yes, sir.
All right, look, let's go over this one more time.
I can't fucking believe he would humiliate me in front of someone I've never even met.
In front of who?
That guy Dwayne, accounting.
Oh, I used to work for him before I got transferred to Frank. He's a nice guy.
Whatever. What, Linda?
I was just thinking. There's this bar over on Mack Street that has a pretty cool happy hour. You know, some free food and cheap drinks. I mean, it's a little divey, but I thought maybe you and me could go over for a couple of drinks after work. Dex?
Look, I can't go out tonight. It's going to take me a while to stamp all these orders.
I can wait. If you want.
No, thanks, but no thanks. I think I'm just going to go straight home and crash tonight. Maybe.
Okay.
What can I get you?
Scotch with ice.
That's not part of the happy hour special. All right. Scotch on the rocks coming up. That'll be $5. Thanks, buddy. I don't think I've seen you in here before.
Work over at Forsyth.
Well, that explains the clothes.
Yeah, the girl I work with recommended the place.
Man after my own heart. Can I get you another? Can I help you?
Yeah. Give me one of them happy hour beers.
That'll be $1.
I ain't paying for it.
What?
I said I ain't paying for it. You see, my name is Crime. And crime don't pay. I was sure somebody was gonna laugh at that joke someday.
That makes one of us. I still need the $1.
I'll get it. That is the first time I've laughed since I've moved here.
Are you sure?
Yeah, and I'll take one too.
Thank you, sport.
Call me Dex.
Well then, thank you, Dex. Call me John.
He is such an asshole. He fucking reamed me out this morning for calling him by his first name.
Well, what's wrong with that?
That's what I'm saying. In my last company, everyone called each other by their first name. Even the goddamn CEO.
Now, that's the way a company should be. But Dexter, my friend, that ain't the way it is.
Oh, shit. And now this motherfucker is threatening my bonus. Don't know what I'm gonna do. I have student loans out the ass. I have maxed out like 5 credit cards.
I'm sure your family will help you out.
What? I've spoken to them in years. Fuck them.
I know where you're coming from, man. Shit, I work for more companies than I can remember. I could run a corporation with my eyes closed. Now, when I was 18, I worked in the mailroom over in Integrity
You worked at Integrity Investors?
for 10 fucking years. What? You heard of them?
They're our top competitors.
Gentlemen, happy hour is now over.
What's that talking?
10 fucking years in a mailroom?
But 10 years. Now, one day they called me in to tell me that they're merging with some big-ass German company and that my services wouldn't be required anymore.
I read about that when I was in college.
And get this bullshit, man. The Germans brought in robots to take care of the mail delivery. What? Robots, man. Robots.
oh, I'm sorry, John. That's not funny.
I guess it is pretty funny. Robots.
Oh, you have no idea how much I needed this.
I feel bad that you bought all them drinks. Here, let me get you some money.
Oh, no. I got it.
What? You did something for me. So, I'm gonna do something for you. Something I wish someone had done for me when I was busting my ass for someone who didn't appreciate it.
Lon, what the hell are you doing here? I left some work on your desk. Feel free to go in and get started on it as long as you're here. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 9. Jesus Christ. You're finished, asshole. You don't have the balls.
Thursday, 9:03 p.m.
Hi, Dex. It's Linda. I stopped by the bar, and Tommy told me that I had just missed you. I tried to make it for happy hour, but my mom called, and there was this big crisis. I'm sure you don't want to hear about it. Look, I don't know if I'd have the guts to say this at work, but I'd really like to have a... Dex, Jesus, did you hear?
No, what happened?
It's Frank. He's dead. Somebody shot him last night.
What?
I know I always said somebody should put him out of his misery, but I didn't really mean it. You look awful.
I was of late working on the Flynn account.
Were you alone?
Yeah. Why?
The cops are interviewing everybody. They asked me all these questions about where I was last night.
Well, I was at home by myself.
Listen, I told them that I talked...
Are you Dexter Long?
Yeah.
I'm Detective Vanderfold. Come with me. Have a seat. Tell me about last night.
What do you mean?
Tell me where you went after work last night.
I stopped by a bar for a little while, and then I headed home.
What's the name of the bar?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Well, it was the first time I had been there. I only stopped in for a couple of drinks. Tell him. Tell him. Tell him.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was of late working on one of our accounts.
You work directly for Hastings, right? How would you characterize your relationship with him?
He was tough, but I liked him.
You liked him. That's the first time I've heard that today.
Well, I like to be challenged. He pushed me pretty hard.
Hard enough that you'd want revenge?
What? No.
People tell me that he pushed you particularly hard, and yet you say you liked him. you go after you left the bar?
I told you, I went home.
Did anybody see you arrive there?
No. I live alone above an old lady who's asleep by 7 o'clock.
What time did you get home?
I left the bar around, I don't know, 8? So it must have been 9 or so by the time I got home.
But you have no way of proving that.
No, I guess I don't. Tell him. Tell him.
What? What is it?
I told him that I talked.
I don't have time for your fucking games.
I spoke to someone on the phone when I got home last night.
Who?
Linda.
Linda Smith, Hastings' secretary?
Yeah.
Why?
We're friends.
Nothing more?
No.
You know I can check the phone records.
I know you can. Sorry.
Don't worry about it, kid. These are just standard questions. I know you spoke to Linda.
You do?
Yes, she let me know. I just had to cross-check it with you. Seems like this Hastings was something of a prick, huh?
He was tough, but I liked him.
You don't have to bullshit me, kid. I've been reading up on this guy. Looks like he had some pretty questionable business practices.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm not supposed to say anything, but we think he was skimming a little bit of fat off the top, if you know what I mean. And I don't think his ex-wife is going to miss him either. Old Frankie boy was trying to cut out her alimony. I mean, who didn't want this guy dead?
Early again?
Hey, Linda, I think I finally figured out what's wrong with the Williams account.
Whoa, Dex, save it for Mr. Forsythe. Speaking of which...
What?
Nothing.
Come on, Linda, what?
It'll cost you.
Name your price.
Lunch.
Done. Now what?
I overheard that they're announcing Hastings' replacement today.
Really?
Really. And I heard your name being mentioned.
Bullshit.
Believe what you want, but that's what I heard.
Dexter, can I speak to you for a minute?
Good morning, Mr. Forsythe. Sorry, I was just in the middle of figuring out the Williams account.
Excellent. I don't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to tell you I finally decided on a replacement for Frank.
Really?
I appreciate the hard work you've done the last couple of weeks. This has been a very difficult time for the company. However, I've decided to go with someone who has 15 years' experience in the accounting department. I'd like to introduce you to Dwayne Shepard.
Nice to meet you, sport.